Welcome to Week 4 edition of the MNCFL Insider Report. This is your host Keith Reed with the Dallas Cowboys. Guys, I'd like to thank everybody for a speedy week in Week 3. We did an excellent job at getting the games played, turned in. It was an excellent week, and I hope to see the same kind of stuff going on in Week 4. Let's get off into some of the games here at Week 4. Uh, we have some very interesting matchups and some teams that's trying to gain some respect and move to the top of their divisions. My first one I see is the Carolina Panthers at the Cleveland Browns. Coach Love has started off kind of slow this year, as well as I got good D, so this game should be pretty competitive. I think in the end, I believe the Panthers will outlast the Browns and get a much needed win for Coach Love and his Panthers. Second game up is a huge one. It's the Ravens versus the Bills. You got new owner Big Black versus the guy Corey, aka dumbass Super Bowl champ. I just don't know if Big Black is ready, but I hope he is. I'm gonna go with the Ravens in this one to shut up the Bills. Next up is the Detroit Lions and New York Jets. Storm and Blue Hell has been in a hell of Storm and Blue this year, and if she's to win any game, I believe the Jets is the team that she possibly could beat. But on paper, the Jets just have a much more dominant, just a much better roster than the Lions. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, no, I ain't gonna go out on a limb and say, I say Drake gets this one over Storm and Blue Hell, Jets over the Lions. Bengals and Steelers. This is an excellent early AFC matchup between two teams trying to jockey for first place in their conference. T Rex has played well. The Bengals have played well. The key to this one is going to be quarterback play, and I just don't see the Steelers having it. I'm going to go with the Bengals over the Steelers this week. Next up is the Bears versus the Vikings. Vikings have been on fire. The Hog has played as good as has played in the last 2 years. I'm thinking it's going to be a Vikings blowout, so I'm going to go with the Hog and his Vikings. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. Nerf has been on the come up. The Eagles got them a win last week, but I just don't see the Eagles as being true contenders yet. They're pretenders and not contenders, so I'm going to go with the Houston Texans and Nerf. Game of the week, Raiders versus the Dolphins. I don't even consider this a game of the week. I don't know if the Raiders are at the Dolphins level. It's just some computer generated game of the week. So I'm gonna go with the Sam Tutui and the Dolphins over the Raiders. Cowboys and Jaguars. I think the Cowboys got a wake up call last week in Tampa Bay. Came out on fire. I don't see the Jaguars even having a chance against the Cowboys. Cowboys in the blowout over the Jaguars. Friend versus friend. Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Spidey and Tony. Man, both these teams are pretty much equal. I had opportunity to play the Bucks last week, and he played well early, but couldn't sustain it. Uh,
Buckeyes! Go Buckeyes!
I think I'll go with the Falcons, and this one Spidey over Tony. Falcons beat the Buccaneers. Chiefs versus Broncos. Uh, the Dog Boy is trying to rebound after a stunning loss to the Cardinals last week. Chiefs also lost to the Raiders for the first time in 3 years. So you got some angry teams coming out to try to get a little bit of redemption this week. I like the Broncos in this one. I think Dog Boy's team has finally turned the curve, and he has a good enough team to beat the Chiefs. I'm going with Dog Boy and the Broncos. Up next is the Cardinals and the Saints. Unfortunately, this week, uh, Naoki has had her laptop stolen, so she won't be able to play. If I sub, the Cardinals will blow the Saints out. Period. Cardinals over the Saints. Rams and Seahawks. Rams with Sam Bradford gonna struggle. Seahawks are solid. It's an up and down game, but I'll give it to the Seahawks this week over the Rams. New York Giants and Green Bay Packers. Initially, you look at it on paper that this is an equal game, but the Packers are hurting. They have several injuries to key players. I'm gonna have to go with the New York Giants and this one over the Packers. Tennessee Titans and the San Diego Chargers. This is a good game. The Chargers have had a excellent start this year, but every year they stumble when they play the Titans. Let's hope to see the Chargers can do something they haven't done in the past, and that's beat the Titans. I'm going with Mac over the Tennessee Titans in the Murray this week and week 4. That'll be the conclusion of our this week's games. Uh, some just some general talk. I forgot to. I omitted last week in my show to put out there that we would like to have someone who has a photo imaging program, Photoshop, Firefox, something of that nature to take over doing the week to week pictures. So we don't have to use these generic pictures. You could create one, send it to me. I would upload it weekly. If anybody out there is interested in taking over the editing of the pictures on the front page, please let me know. Just hit me up on email or just send me a IM. Uh, Another thing is that I'm not at home, so I can't access my FTP to put the files on site. If you need the files, please either leave your email address in the section that I provided, or if you see me on ICQ, just ask me and I'll send over the this week file to you. Please upload the files as you have done in the past. Unless I see you on and you want to send it to me, you can. But upload them exactly the way you've done it in the past, and we'll deal with that when I cross that bridge. Guys, we did advance early, and technically we don't advance until this week Friday, but we're advancing early. That gives us the next week Friday before the real deadline to advance. I would hope that we wouldn't take all of that time, but if it has to be that way, it has to be that way. And I need teams to understand that just because we advance early, it does not change the official advance deadline. Teams still had the time to play, and fortunately for us, we haven't had that issue in having people need a whole lot of time to get their games played. Again, please make sure you check the injury heading on the front of the site. I will update it here shortly. There are 5 or 6 injuries I've seen came out of the Packers and the Bills game. So Packers and Bills, be aware that you do have some injuries. Some of them serious, some of them long term. So please take opportunity to look at the franchise file or take a look on the site once I get it updated to check it out. Other than that, guys, let's have a great week. Week 4, there's a turning point. Teams who need some wins need to get them this week, because if you fall down in week 4, it's gonna be awful hard to try to make that run towards the end. So good luck to everybody, and I'll talk to you next week.